and welcome to our show, Health and Wellness, Myths versus Facts. I'm Gargi Rawat. The definition of health goes way beyond the absence of disease. The pandemic has put mental as well as physical health and wellness into sharp focus. Awareness of health issues is important for visibility and community. The absence, inaccessibility or inaccuracy of information about chronic illness causes a lack of knowledge which is worsened by myths and fear as well as increased social media trust. Diabetes and heart disease both are leading causes of death in India. Relatively younger adults are getting diagnosed with these serious diseases. Both these chronic illnesses have substantial complications, and it's easier to manage the disease if you're aware of the warning signals and problems associated with these conditions. Expert advice will help our viewers garner correct information and act accordingly. So we're joined by doctors, Dr. Rishi Nagpal, postgraduate course in diabetes, consultant physician, Nagpal Medicare, Panchkula, and Dr. Nagendra Singh Chauhan, Director, Interventional Cardiology, Heart Institute, Medanta, Medicity, Gurugram. Thank you so much, doctors, for taking time out and joining us on the program today. Dr. Rishi Nagpal, diabetic complications can lead to death. Which are these complications that a person with diabetes needs to watch out for, and what steps should be taken to prevent these complications?
Yeah, hello. A very good afternoon to everybody. So diabetes is a disease which has many complications, both on a macrovascular level and a microvascular level. Since you mentioned fatality, the macrovascular complications that cause atherosclerosis involving the coronary and the cerebral arteries are most important to prevent. Other complications such as diabetic ketoacidosis, diabetic nephropathy are equally dangerous. Now, a person with diabetes firstly should watch out for certain symptoms such as dyspnea, that is breathlessness, any chest discomfort, lethargy, fatigue, edema, confusion, etc. Any such symptoms, a doctor's immediate consult is warranted. And to prevent diabetic complications, it is must that the sugar level should be kept in check all the time, and a patient should lead a very healthy lifestyle which involves a good balanced diet, a regular exercise regime.
All right, Dr. Nagendra Singh, if you could tell us about heart disease, and it describes a range of conditions that affect your heart. What complications can be caused by heart disease? And again, like we were speaking about, warnings regarding diabetes, what are the warning signs of heart disease?
So good afternoon, everybody. I think this is a nice way to interact, and in terms of heart disease, I want to tell you about certain facts that basically we can divide heart disease into three parts. One, disease happening because of decrease in blood supply to the heart. Second, disease happening because of instability in electrical system of the heart. And third, because of structural defect inside the heart, like heart valves or heart muscles. So these are the three major conditions. So when there is a blockage in the coronary arteries which is supplying blood to the heart, it is called coronary artery disease or CAD. When there is irregularity of heart rhythm, that is called arrhythmia. And when the heart function is less and it is unable to supply enough blood or nutrients to the body, then it is called heart failure. So heart failure is not, it doesn't mean that heart has not stopped working. So most serious complication of these diseases are either death or cardiac arrest, which is the extreme situation, and sometimes heart failure and other arrhythmias. So how you pick these diseases, which are deadly diseases definitely, but they can be easily treated if you pick them early. So heart attack is the most common and most dangerous thing which everyone is worried right now. So the most common symptom is either chest heaviness or discomfort or sometimes chest pain, which is generally not localized. It is all over the chest, and it mainly affects your upper back or neck or even sometimes upper abdomen. So it can be missed as heartburn, it can be missed as acidity, nausea, vomiting, but we have to be overcautious if we have high risk factors like diabetes, like smoking, like family history. So all those patients who are at high risk of heart disease, they should be overcautious. Arrhythmia is basically irregularity in heart beating, which is you can feel like your heart is beating very fast, or sometimes you are feeling giddiness or syncope or unconsciousness. And heart failure is mainly when you are feeling breathing difficulty, which is mainly when you are lying down, breathing difficulty is more, and you are sitting up, then breathing difficulty goes down. This is a very classical sign that heart is going to fail in near future. So this is just opposite the normal, that once you lie down, you feel comfortable, but in heart failure, you will never feel comfortable. You try to sit up and you will feel more comfortable in sitting posture. So these are the major warning signs to check for.
All right, that's important for people, to be armed with that knowledge to react in time in case of any event, heart attack or any sort of heart failure. Dr. Rishi Nagpal, coming back to diabetes, there's so many different, ways it impacts the body, even nerves. Diabetic neuropathy is a common problem found in many people with diabetes. Does this always impact both legs and feet, or can it affect only one limb? And if you could tell us what can be done to manage the condition in a person with advanced neuropathy?
Yes. So nerve damage or neuropathy is one of the most common complications of diabetes. A person with diabetes experiencing sensory polyneuropathy may complain of symptoms like paresthesia, numbness, or even unsteady gait. But the most common ones that we normally hear are burning feet, tingling, pins and needles. So normally neuropathies affect both the limbs, but in some cases it may affect a single side also. To prevent neuropathies, a person should keep a very good control on his serum glucose levels, his blood pressure, should lead a very active lifestyle. There should be smoking cessation completely. And in advanced cases, as you mentioned, there are some drugs which are helpful, such as analgesics, TCAs, pregabalin, etc. But they can only and should only be used after a doctor's consult.
Right. Dr. Nagendra, coronary artery disease is the most common type of heart disease and it can cause serious damage to the heart. So if you could tell us what exactly is this CAD and is it possible to cure or reverse a coronary artery disease?
So coronary artery disease, which is commonly called as CAD, is basically plaque built up inside the blood vessels of the heart. So heart supplies but to whole body. But heart also requires blood, and which is supplied by coronary arteries, which are the small arteries over the heart. So there is a cholesterol deposition which gradually blocks these arteries in patients who are prone to this. Once it reaches 80%, then only patient develops symptoms, and this takes years to develop. So this is a major problem, that till it reaches up 70-80%, patient will not feel anything. Even if he is doing vigorous activity, he will not feel anything, and he will never know that something is happening inside. Once it reaches 80-90%, then patient develops angina. When he's walking or he's climbing stairs, then he feels some chest heaviness or chest discomfort or breathing difficulty. And sometimes because of crack inside these blood vessels, there is a blood clot formation which causes total blockage of these arteries, which causes heart attack. So it is definitely a serious condition, but can we reverse it? Definitely yes. So definitely there is no cure available right now. But with significant efforts, we can reverse this disease to a significant extent. So if the disease is not very significant, what is significance? If it is more than 70-80%, that is considered significant, means it needs treatment. But if it is less than that, if you know that is there but is less than that, we can do multiple activities to reverse it. We have to do multiple lifestyle changes, like we can go for regular walk, we can do a vigorous activity, maybe 30-40 minutes of jog. We can have to change our food habits, like we have to avoid trans fats, we have to avoid too much of sugars. And other important thing is, although cholesterol in food is not important, but cholesterol in blood is very important. So this is a major myth. Now there are multiple WhatsApp chats also that cholesterol is not important. So definitely cholesterol in food is totally not important, but your cholesterol level or LDL cholesterol, which is called low density lipoprotein level, should not go above 100 in blood. If you keep it checked, then chances of progression of this disease are very less, and even you can reverse it to some extent. But for those patients in which the disease has already reached a critical stage, what can be done for them? Definitely we can reverse that also. There are multiple means available now. We can do angioplasty or bypass surgery in these patients. And by doing this angioplasty and bypass surgery, you can consider it as like sitting in a time machine and reversing the time cycle though. So once we clean these arteries, again you are back to the 10 years before condition when there is no blockage. And definitely even if there is a blockage development in future, it may take another 5-10 years. So it is very important to understand this. And the other important thing, the new concept now coming is, instead of curing it or reversing it, actually to prevent it. So if you do all these measures of lifestyle change, exercise, controlling your blood sugar, controlling your blood pressure, from early ages, then actually you can prevent it from developing also.
All right, Dr. Rishi Nagpal, now, about diabetes, they say it's a ticking time bomb in India and many people are, are developing diabetes. You don't always know. One point is that your body odor has an interesting ability to provide clues to overall health. And could a sweetish body odor be related to diabetes?
Yes, so I'll keep the answer very short and sweet. Now, body odor changes can normally be due to, shift in the hormone levels during puberty, excessive sweating, a poor hygiene, or changes in diet, and maybe even sometimes stress levels. But sometimes sudden or persistent body odors, they can be changes can be due to some underlying diseases, mainly liver or kidney, or maybe even infections. In diabetes, there may be a sweet smell from the breath due to glucose buildup. And in situations such as diabetic ketoacidosis, where there's a ketone buildup, the breath may have a fruity odor indicating very high sugar levels, and an urgent consult is required. So yes, I would say these sweet odors from the breath can be an indication of diabetes and should be watched out for.
All right, that's very interesting. Now, Dr. Nagendra is saying earlier, we were talking about, heart disease and various types of ways and that you could have heart problems. So heart attack and heart failure are two conditions that share many of the same factors and underlying health conditions. So what condition is more dangerous, and does heart failure mean the heart stops working?
So I think what we have to understand here is heart attack is a totally different situation. It's an emergency situation when there is complete block in the blood supply of particular part of the heart because of the blood clot over the cholesterol plaque, which is already there, which causes acute damage to the heart muscle. And here time is very important for the treatment. You have to act very fast. The delay you do in diagnosing and treating the problem, the more damage will happen, and it will lead to ultimately permanent damage in the heart, and patient may die also. Heart failure is a totally different situation. It is a chronic situation when gradually heart function goes down and is unable to give enough blood supply to the body. So heart is not able to pump enough blood. So patient will feel short of breath, breathing difficulty, edema, the swelling of face, feet, abdomen. So heart failure is basically a chronic condition due to poor heart function, and heart attack is an acute condition where there is an acute blockage which causes heart attack. And the third condition is actually cardiac arrest. So heart failure doesn't mean that heart has stopped working. That condition is called cardiac arrest, which is the extreme complication of heart failure or heart attack both. Both are dangerous conditions, definitely, because heart attack is an acute situation and there is more risk of complications, so it is considered more dangerous. But heart failure is also equally dangerous because once you reach heart failure condition, many patients, we may not reverse it because already damage is already done. So both the diseases are to be picked up early and treated in time to prevent more lives.
All right, you're watching Health and Wellness, Myths versus Facts. We're talking about diabetes and health and heart disease. We'll slip into a short break and return with more questions for the doctor. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Health and Wellness, and we're talking about diabetes and heart health. Let's go across to our doctors. And Dr. Rishi Nagpal, if we talk about diabetes, how common is blindness caused by diabetes? Can blood sugar make a person's vision blurry? A cataract is a common problem in the elderly. So can diabetes aggravate this condition?
So, yes, diabetic retinopathy is something that is very common that may increase the risk of blindness in a diabetic patient. It is due to the damage of retina from high sugar levels. And to catch diabetic retinopathy, a patient should have yearly follow-ups with his ophthalmologist. He should keep a strict control on his sugar levels, and any issues like blurring of vision or spots in the vision or misty vision should be taken very seriously. Cataracts, as you asked, it can be a complication of diabetes, and statistically speaking, a patient with diabetes has a 60% higher risk of developing cataracts than a normal person. And I will just quote a study of UK that even a decrease in 1% of HbA1c levels decreases the chances of cataract by 19%. I think that's a huge number. And again, if you're an elderly and with diabetes, an yearly follow-up with Ofthal is very much recommended.
All right, Dr. Nagendra Singh, now we've heard of people passing away due to a sudden heart attack, especially when they're asleep. Can you explain why this happens, and is a heart attack in a person with diabetes different from one in people without diabetes?
So definitely this is a common problem that many patients, they don't have any symptom before, and suddenly on one fine day or one fine night when they are sleeping, they got passed away. This is mainly happening because it is actually like that till the blockage is more than 80%, there are no symptoms. So it is because that God has given us almost 70% extra supply for every organ in our body. It's actually a blessing in disguise. That till 80% of damage, you will actually never know that something is happening inside the body. And once that blockage causes major problem or like heart attack, in some patients, if the major part of heart is involved, that causes a condition which is called ventricular fibrillation or ventricular tachycardia, which is an electrical arrhythmia due to the severe damage to the heart. In this situation, heart is actually stopped pumping blood to the brain. So the time limit for this situation is only 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't restore the rhythm to a normal rhythm in heart, which requires actually a specialized direct current cardioversion or called electric shock, especially given by a special machine, then only you can reverse this condition and patient can be revived. Otherwise, it's very difficult to revive the patient. So if this condition arises, which is almost there in almost 7 to 8% of heart attack patients, patient doesn't reach hospital and they die before reaching hospital, either during sleep or during transit. And I think the major problem in this situation is that the basic facilities for the cardiac rehabilitation are not available in India. Like we are not teaching our general population how to resuscitate the patient, like basic life support. So BLS is a very basic thing, how to compress the chest and give oxygen to the patient by exhaling your air into the patient's mouth. So this is a basic thing which is to be learned by everybody, and this should be started in the schools so that patients should know that in this kind of situations of a heart attack and sudden arrest, what can be done and how the patient can be revived. So this is the way. If we do it, we can revive many patients. And definitely in diabetic patients, this happens more often because diabetic patients have neuropathy. So they have the pain perception or perception of symptoms is much less in these patients. And disease is much more severe and diffuse in these patients. So diabetic patients may have silent heart attack, may have silent heart failure, may pass out suddenly without any warning signs. So for diabetic patients, it's more important that they should go for regular checkup and they should be more vigilant for these kind of symptoms.
All right, important point there for everyone to learn, basic medical care and first aid and, reactions to such, crises taking place. Dr. Rishi Nagpal, now we've spoken about how diabetes can affect different parts of, your body, your nerves, and including your skin. So what skin problems are associated with diabetes?
Yes, so skin problems in a diabetic patients can sometimes be one of the earliest symptoms that we see. And skin problems such as boils and folliculitis caused by bacterial infections, sometimes fungal infections caused by Candida albicans, and also there is sometimes localized itching. Other problems like diabetic dermopathy, blisters, necrobiasis can also occur in a person with high sugar levels. Again, as I have said again and again, the most important thing is to control your sugar levels, and immediate attention should be given to any cuts, however small. And the most important thing is to keep your skin dry and keep your skin clean.
All right, important points there. And finally, Dr. Chauhan, as we already discussed, heart failure is a serious heart problem. Is it possible that a patient can have heart failure without being aware of it?
So heart failure is a serious condition, but as I already told you that God has given us so much of extra supply that till there is significant damage, actual symptoms doesn't appear. So there are many patients who are in heart failure early stages and they are not aware of it because gradually because of their increased inability to walk, they reduce their walking or reduce their activities. So if you reduce your activities, you will never know that you will go into heart failure because heart is reducing, the heart pumping is reduced, so the blood supply to the body is reduced, but still it is sufficient for your normal routine activities. So if you do external exercise, you may feel short of breath, but if you're not doing it, definitely you can miss this. There's another condition called diastolic heart failure, in which heart function is actually normal, but heart's relaxation is less. So heart filling is hampered, so blood coming from the lung to the heart the body has to adjust to it, that heart is more stiff. So lungs are coping up with extra water, which causes breathing difficulty. So all these conditions in which heart is unable to pump, but because patient has restricted his own activities, so patient may miss it easily. So it is very important that you should go for regular walk, regular exercise, and if you are doing that, definitely you will pick it up very early.
All right. So thank you so much, doctors, for joining us on the program. Lots of special points on how to take care of your health and watch out for any, sort of a crisis that may occur. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for watching at home. Goodbye.